Greetings, Scorpio. Welcome to Gemini season and welcome to your reading. Jupiter just moved into Gemini, into your 8th house for the next year. So we are calling your reading World of Power because that's what the next year is about for you. It's your energy. It's transformation. It's building together with others. It's realizing you're already there and building on top of it in whatever way you, I would say want, but I think this past year was about your wants, but now you have needs, pretty intense needs. The Five of Pentacles, things that you're not getting today, things that you feel like you're lacking, an experience that you feel like you're lacking, money that you feel like you're lacking, health and energy that you feel like you're lacking. You have this need to feel completed by something. So the World of Power over the next year is about you going into those hidden spaces within yourself, those hidden connections that you've had for a long time, or those secret weapons. Been thinking about that a lot for you guys. Like, you guys have a bunch of like resources and partners that are behind the scenes that if you tapped into them in the right way, skills, if you tapped into them in the right way, it would pull you out of this place of lack. Yeah? Because you will be front and center still. So as we talked about last season, it's becoming more about how you feel being front and center. And this past year felt like more of a cakewalk, I would say, to get to that place. I won't say completely easy. There's definitely, some aspects of this that have been very unfulfilling, especially if you've been dealing with an Aries, or a Sagittarian. But it was fair, how you felt it was supposed to be. And now things feel like things are tipping out of your favor. It's not so easy anymore. And that can be really upsetting. It can be really hard to remain optimistic. It can be hard to stay focused on the future. It can make you feel sneaky because there's something that you had that you don't anymore. And it feels like, why? And so in between these lies and deception and manipulative feelings and deep sadness, sandwiched in between all of that is the Sagittarian card of going really far, trusting the vision that you have, believing that something better is out there for you, and it's what you want and it's out there for you, and focusing solely on that. It's too easy over the next year to get dark and to let your ego rule. But if you go about things in a healthy way, if you go about things as the Sagittarian card suggests, a godly way, that feeling that you feel like you're missing, it's quite easy to find again, especially through your people, especially through your connections. But if the desire is to dominate, if the desire is to use the power that you have to make things about you, that all like turns back around on you. Yeah. And before we get into this Leo energy and this Three of Pentacles energy, it feels like you want to try new things, you want to go new places, you want to be big, and you're allowed to, and you're doing it pretty well, but you have to remember, especially as Jupiter now has shifted into Gemini, the Sun is now in Gemini, and everything else, Mercury, Venus is in Gemini, everything is shifting into Gemini. People want the new, but there's a way that the new has to be approached to make them receptive to it. And that's something that you really need information. You really need to go into these dark spaces. And, you know, you just went through a year of just knowing what people are looking for, knowing how to get people on your side, knowing how to make things move. And now, especially when you were bringing in these innovative or just, how can I say? You know, it just felt like these things just needed to be done, right? And you have that similar feeling now that things need to be done, things are being put on you to be done. You have that feeling now, but for some reason the reception has shifted. It feels like what worked before no longer does. Like, you know, like you have to up your game again. And that's exactly what you have to do here. That's exactly what you have to do here. Don't underestimate the emotional needs of your partners, relationally, professionally, friendship. Don't underestimate their evolution and their concerns. Use your gift of knowing, use your gift of being able to go deep to capture all of those concerns and build an emotional form around them that makes them, why would they look anywhere else? Don't be afraid to make the financial central. There's actually a lot of power in that. Here we have the Leo. If you're dealing with a Leo, this Leo understands the power of the ego in a generous way, and the way that you wield that power of the ego, that confidence boost that you give to those around you, the way that pulls people onto your side when it comes to what you're trying to do. And you really have to keep that in mind over the next year, because people want to kill this steady path that you've been on of growth and success and great partnership and great evolution and great building and great love. There are people who would gladly stop you in your tracks and stop this forward momentum. So you've got to be smarter over the next year. You've got to be prepared in a way that shows people that if you already have it all ironed out. It's in their best interest to be on your side. You've got all the right pieces in play. If things were to fall apart, here is the game plan. I already got it. Yeah? And, you know, it's about the long term. It's about having control over things and not leaving any space for anyone else to take control. You're leaving too much space. Too much space for people to take control. You've got to know from start to finish how things are going to play out. This way, really, they're just there to give their okay. But if you give people control over this plan from start to finish, they will tear it apart, because most people aren't Most people aren't going to lean toward the optimistic way that you will need them to in these moments. Most people are going to lean toward prevention of bringing something new in, and because we don't know this new thing, it's not valuable. It's not, how do we know it's actually going to get the result? How do we know that this isn't just a sale, right? It needs to have an element of cushion for people. People aren't willing to carry their weight anymore. They expect you to carry the weight. They don't have it to give. They don't have it. They just expect you to carry it. And good thing, this is your energy. You're the best at carrying the weight, the emotional weight. But being smart when you're putting yourself into these conversations and getting yourself into these, being prepared from start to finish, all of it, you know how you like to be, that. Okay. The long term feels like every time you get clarity around how to move forward, the best way to move forward, every time you get that clarity, it feels like the ground is ripped out from underneath you and you're asked to kill your ego and start from the very beginning over and over and over. And it is so draining. It's so draining because it's like, why can't I just pick this path and go with it? It's this mutable energy. It's every day. Your mind is shifting. Your mind is changing. You've learned something new. You need to integrate it. You need to now adjust your approach based on that. And that can be a bit exhausting. It can feel like a constant hit to your heart because you just want things to be stable. You want things to be consistent, stable, and that's it. That's all you want and that's all you need. So once you make a decision, it's like, yeah, why can't I just go with it? Why is this so confusing? Why can't I find solid ground anymore? Why is there this constant need for me to assess the confusion in my heart and in my mind? This energy wants to push you deeper into your heart. This energy wants you to use your heart for more than just to attain and more than just to connect even. It wants you to be fulfilled. This Gemini energy, this 8th house energy for you is something that shows you, it's an opportunity to be more into you. And I think sometimes for you, like, that's confusing because you're like, well, I am into me and I am, you are, but I think that you want more here. Like we started off this conversation. You want a lot more. You want a lot more speed. You want a lot more intimacy and romance and, real, you want to feel. You really want to feel. You don't want to, every time you feel, there's this doubt that comes to the surface and then, things are just physically the way that they've been, so everything's okay. No, you don't want that anymore. You're tired of being confused. You're tired of doubting. You're tired of just having things just to have them. And it feels like, where are we going? Where are we actually going with this? The sweet thing about this season, Mars will enter Taurus on June 9th, and so you've got a lot of love coming in. You've got a lot of support and truth coming in. Things that have been on hold, things that have been causing you to doubt yourself, especially financially here, but it's also in terms of love and romance, especially financially though. There's a lot that you've been doing professionally to advance yourself and advance others, and it seems like that recognition and that respect has been on hold. And when Mars shifts into Aries, you come across as the bigger one. You come across as the most strategic one and the most patient one, the smartest one. So take that opportunity when Mars enters Taurus to start fresh. Start fresh in the way that you see yourself, first and foremost, but also in how you feel. You know, we have to go through this regularly because you go through these experiences that make you feel super isolated. You overthink your own success, you overthink your own power, you go through those cycles, and you have to continuously bring yourself back to this place of happiness with your life and realizing that you are going to continuously go through those death rebirth cycles. So this is a moment where you get to pull yourself out. It is the rebirth. And so before pushing this new you into other people, start within. Start in your own mind and your own body to allow yourself to see yourself for what you've actually accomplished. Here we are, the death rebirth cycles. In your career, things are transforming. In your love life, in your home life, things are transforming. They're transforming, and they're transforming for the better. This loss has brought you back to an energy of gratitude, but also an energy where you can really see true opportunity again, and you want to make the most of it. It's important that you start with you, because if you don't feel solid within, the external can slow you down. It can make you doubt this rebirth. It can make you feel smaller than you should. But you've got to be bigger than that. You've got to see this new you, this new life, and follow it. And don't hesitate, and don't be reactive, and don't let anybody's words, don't let anybody's way of thinking keep you from how things truly need to feel now. Yeah. Love flows in through this continuous pursuit of harmony within yourself, within your body. This feel-good energy, this comfort and pleasure that you prioritize for you is what attracts the love. Your look, prioritizing your body, prioritizing what you put into your body, how you take care of your body, it attracts the love. It shows this person that, wow, this person takes such good care of themselves. The Taurus card here, your 7th house. This person takes such good care of themselves. Why wouldn't I want to add to that? And if I'm not adding to that, it's very, very easy to be bumped away because this person just takes too good care of themselves. I don't even fit. Yeah? So take good care of yourself. Talk about the ways that you're taking care of yourself. Talk about the ways that you're attracting wealth and the wealthy life that you're working to build, and really create that wealthy experience for yourself. The one that you have deep inside, but you won't let yourself invest in it because of people around you or making people around you feel bad or whatever. No, do those things. You want to connect to the earth and your desires. Do those things. You want to connect to the intense energy of attraction that you have. You want to do that over this next year. But the way that love flows in is really through this high self-worth over the next year. It doesn't flow in through this sadness anymore. People may not realize it, but they don't want to relate to the sadness anymore. They want to relate to the good time. They want to relate to people who are on the up and up and who have great vision and who are relaxed in this emotional experience that they're all having. People want to build family with that energy, this upful energy. I love you. I'll see you in water season, where you'll feel free again. In the meantime, you can schedule your private and birth chart readings with me through the link in my description. The Gemini season kickoff is called Endless Fascination, and it is out now on YouTube. And the Gemini season playlist gem is out on Apple Music, and the link is in the description. Love you, Scorpio. See you next month.